Hello students, welcome back in the history class of 6th standard. Students, in this video, we are going to continue the lesson number 9, the Mauryan Empire. Till now, we had discussed the sources of the Mauryan Empire and also discussed the first ruler of the Mauryan Empire, Chandragupta Maurya. So students, now before we proceed further, I would like to take feedback of the previous topic through some questions. So, my first question is, which book was written by Chanakya? Second question, who was the author of the Mudra Rakshas? Third, write about the sources of the Mauryan dynasty. And the fourth question is, name the king who was defeated by Chandragupta Maurya. Children, I hope you all are able to answer all these questions. Now, in today's video, we are going to read the second ruler of the Mauryan Empire, Bindusar. We will also read about Ashok the Great and his Kaling War in this video. Now students, have a look on the important terms related to the today's video. So, the first term is Dham Vijay, policy of winning over people through dharma. Second is Digvijay, policy of conquering people through force. Now students, let's start reading. Bindusar, 297 BC to 273 BC. Chandragupta Maurya was succeeded by his son Bindusar in 297 BC. He is called the slayer of enemies by Greek writers. Under him, the Mauryan Empire included all the territory of the Indian subcontinent except Kaling, present-day Odisha, and a few kingdoms of the south. Students, slayer means someone who kills in a violent way. Subcontinent means a large area of land that is a part of a continent. So children, after the death of Chandragupta Maurya, his son Bindusar became the king of the Mauryan Empire in 297 BC. Bindusar was also known as the slayer of enemies, which means someone who kills a person or animals violently. Bindusar killed his enemies in a violent way. Due to this reason, he was known as slayer of enemies. Bindusar extended his territory to the whole India except Kaling and some areas of south. Now students, let's start reading about Ashok the Great, 273 BC to 232 BC. Bindusar's son Ashok is one of the greatest rulers in history. He ascended the throne in 273 BC. We get information about Ashok's reign and expeditions from his numerous rock and pillar edicts spread over a large part of India. So students, the word reign means rule, expedition means invasion, edict means an official order issued by authority. So students, Bindusar was succeeded by his son Ashok in 273 BC. We get information about the rule of Ashok from large number of rocks and pillar edicts. Edict means an official order issued by authority. So, Ashok issued his orders which were carved on rocks and pillars throughout his empire, which are the great source of information about the Ashok's rule or the Mauryan Empire. Now let's proceed further. Ashok took the title of Devanampiya Piyadasi or beloved of the gods. During the first 13 years of his reign, he followed a policy of territorial expansion within India. He also established friendly relations with the foreign parts. Beloved means loved one. Ashok took the title like Devanampiya Piyadasi, which means beloved of the gods. Ashok extended the territory of his empire during the first 13 years of his rule. He also set up friendly relations with the foreign kings. Let's read further. Ashok was the most famous ruler of the Mauryan dynasty. He was the first ruler who spread his message amongst people through inscriptions. Most of his inscriptions were in Prakrit, the language of the ordinary people. These were written in the Brahmi script. So students, who was the most famous ruler of the Mauryan dynasty? Ashok. But why? Ashok was the most famous ruler of the Mauryan dynasty because he passed his messages to the people through inscriptions. So students, what do you mean by inscriptions? You have read earlier. So inscription means something inscribed on a monument. So Ashok inscribed his messages on rocks and pillars. His messages were written in the Prakrit language, which was the language of the common people, and Brahmi was the script used in the Prakrit language. Now students, let's read the Kalinga War, 261 BC. When Ashok ascended the throne, Kalinga was the only kingdom that was not under the Mauryan control. Kalinga is the ancient name of coastal Odisha. It was a very powerful kingdom. It controlled the land and sea routes to South India and Southeast Asia. Control on this kingdom could certainly give Ashok a greater economic prosperity. So, in 261 BC, Ashok attacked Kalinga and won it after a bitter struggle. About 1.5 lakh people were captured. More than 1 lakh people were killed in this battle. Ashok's empire now spread from the Himalayas in the north to Mysore in the south, and from the Brahmaputra in the east to the Hindu Kush in the northwest. The word captured means arrested. Students, Kalinga was the only kingdom that was not under the Mauryan Empire. Kalinga was very powerful because it controlled the land and sea routes to South India and Southeast Asia. Ashok wanted to win Kalinga because it would give a greater economic advantage to the Mauryan Empire. Ashok attacked Kalinga in 261 BC and conquered it. This was the biggest victory of the Mauryan Empire because after capturing Kalinga, Mauryan Empire expanded from the Himalayas in the north to Mysore in the south and from the Brahmaputra in the east to the Hindu Kush in the northwest. But Ashok's victory in the Kalinga War did not bring any joy and satisfaction to him. The devastating destruction, deaths, and human sufferings in the war filled his heart with sorrow and remorse. This war proved a turning point in Ashok's life. He decided not to fight any more wars but to win the hearts of people with love. He was influenced with the Buddhist principles of compassion, peace, and non-violence and adopted Buddhism. From now onwards, he devoted his life to the moral and material welfare of his people. He adopted the policy of winning people over through Dham Vijay, in place of conquering them through force, Digvijay. So students, remorse means guilt. Devastation means deadly. Destruction means demolition. Influence means affected. Compassion means sympathy. Sorrow means sadness. So students, it was a great victory of Ashok, but Ashok was not happy and satisfied after this huge victory. His heart was filled with full of sadness to see this deadly demolition of humans. So, this war proved a turning point in the life of Ashok. After this war, he decided not to fight any more war. He decided to win the hearts of people with love and compassion. After it, Ashok was attracted with the Buddhist principles which were based on peace, non-violence and compassion. Then he sacrificed his life for the welfare of his people and he followed the policy of Dham Vijay instead of Digvijay. Means he followed the policy to win the people with love, not with force. Now students, let's read Do You Know box given at page number 82 of this lesson. Megasthenes was an ambassador of the Greek ruler of West Asia named Seleucus Nicator. He was sent to the court of Chandragupta. He has written about the Mauryan emperor and the capital city Patliputra in his book The Indica. About Patliputra, presently Patna, he wrote, "This is a large and beautiful city. It is surrounded by a massive wall. It has 570 towers and 64 gates. The houses of 2 and 3 stories are built of wood and mud brick. The king's palace is also of wood and decorated with stone carvings. It is surrounded with gardens and enclosures for keeping birds." Students, ambassador means representative, surrounded means bordered, story means floor, massive means huge, and enclosure means cage. So students, Megasthenes was a representative sent by the Greek ruler of West Asia, Seleucus Nicator, to the court of Chandragupta Maurya. He lived in the capital city Patliputra. He wrote a book, Indica, in which he described the city Patliputra. He wrote in this book that Patliputra was a beautiful and large city which was bordered by a huge wall. This city had 570 towers and 64 gates. The houses were of 2 or 3 stories and were built of wood and mud brick. So students, Patliputra, the capital city of the Magad, was very beautiful according to the Megasthenes. So students, our today's class is over here. I hope the topic is clear to you. Now students, your homework is read today's topic and revise related terms.